Beautiful. All right. And good afternoon from those of you in Australia, and good evening for those of you in the US, and hello from whatever time of the world it is for you. I'm very glad to be here, and I hope you are too. We're going to be sharing some very special information with you. It was almost 6 years ago now well, actually over 6 years ago now, that this information was first handed to me. And ever since then, it's been high priority for me to bring it to everybody's attention, because the level of importance of this information is incredibly high, because the level of significance that is giving people in their lives is significantly deep. And as soon as I found out about this, I knew that everyone who was significant to me in my life needed to know about this information, and you may come to the same conclusion too. And I hope you do, because we're on a mission to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. And we're always looking to grow that in great ways with great people. And so I'm grateful that you've decided to spend this time with us. Your time is, I've learned, far more valuable than money, because if you paid money to come along and learn about this, which you haven't, we're giving this to you for free. It is a gift. It is a gift. This breakthrough really is a gift. But if you pay money and you didn't like what I had to say, I'll just give you your money back. But your time is not something I can refund to you. So I am sincerely grateful that you've decided to spend such value with me, and I don't intend to waste it. Let's jump into this presentation today. But before I do, make sure you stick around, because you are going to hear from a very significant person today. I'm not talking about me, but I'm talking about my best mate. And I will just give you a little snapshot of why you should stick around to hear from him, but I'll give him a proper introduction later on. With this organization, he has been awarded the Business Builder of the Year award. He's been awarded the Entrepreneurial Spirit Award. He's been awarded the Emerging Leader of the Year award, and many, many, many other awards and rewards, which I'll go into a little bit later. But he is highly awarded and on a weekly basis rewarded to very significant amounts, simply because he has had a significant impact in many, many, many people's lives. But the first impact was on his own. And you're not just going to hear an incredible story, a life-changing story, an inspiring story, but it is a story of survival. It is a life-saving story. So I highly encourage you to stick around, because you won't want to miss out on hearing from this gentleman. Let me share my screen here very quickly. And all right, let's jump into this. So I don't think I introduced myself. My name is Stevie Aquilina, and in case you couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I, we live in Australia. We're originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast. And that was a dream come true when we can make that happen. We are literally minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks, family barbecues coming up next. We love it. We're very blessed, very, very grateful. I especially am so grateful for my life, income, time, and freedom that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. It's taken us to many parts around the world that were once too far out of my reach to get to myself, let alone take a family. But now, very grateful. But the good vibes and good times have not always been the case. I was a difficult, weird, awkward child to parent in school, and I never made the grades. I was a average to below average achiever. And I was often told I was stupid and useless, as a matter of fact. And I figured out along the way, when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. And so with that kind of thinking, I walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. PG version here, but I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good-looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclub in Sydney. All right, I'm kidding about the good-looking part, but not about the dumb part. I had big dreams. I wanted to be, do, and have more, but really I wanted to make a big difference. I really wanted to give more, actually, but I had little self-esteem, so I'd done little with my life. I felt very small, and so felt like I only had small amounts of significance to give. Now, physically, I've always been athletic, but mainly in martial arts, even to right now. But back then, I had health troubles, autoimmune disorder, inflammatory issues, severe skin, respiratory, and gut conditions most of my life. Lots of bad injuries from pretty hardcore martial arts. Financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs. with hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity, embarrassingly broke. And what I mean by that, I've been behind, having the phone, electricity, and gas cut off, not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. I've not been able to make the rent. I've been evicted. I'm talking embarrassingly broke. I mean, no financial dignity. Now, I always believed in possibilities. I was a daydream believer, but I doubted my potential. So I was trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, and just unable to be who I really wanted to be. Now, a couple of things that happened in my life that were extremely fortunate. First, I met the girl of my dreams, and I knew right then and there I was motivated more than ever before to become more. And this beautiful woman believed in me and told me that I was more. And I guess when you're told something often enough. Now, second, I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, and life-changing training, culture, ethos. The company leaders are extremely successful people. They believed in me too and taught me how to believe and become more. And so today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've solved them, and I get to help others solve them too because of this life-changing breakthrough. And instead of financial insecurity and indignity, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And instead of being trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, unable to be who I wanted to be, I now have more, with the ability to believe and become more because this company's training, culture, ethos has shown me a life-changing better way. Now, I want nothing more than to better people's lives in at least one of any of these life-changing ways too. And so first, let me share with you the life-changing breakthrough. This is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. You don't have to take my word for it. Medical experts say this. They say it's a very big breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. For 2 decades, by the way, for 2 decades, science had declared that this was impossible. However, this breakthrough has proven to have enormous potential. Studied, results-driven, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies, not woo-woo studies, not made-up studies, not airy-fairy. Medical science is backing this up. It's a very advanced breakthrough, 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges or problems you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it shut down. I don't think they wanted you to know about it. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you have ever seen before. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond drugs or nutrition. It goes well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about, because what I'm about to show you is so advanced. It is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking, category creating, and a healthcare breakthrough. The Discover Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Well, redox signaling molecules are made by your cells, so they are native to your body. They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and therefore your cell-to-cell operation and every single system and function of your body, all the way down to your genetic expressions in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because, now listen carefully to this, it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And it does that by telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, and replace damaged cells. Again, that's how your body regenerates its own tissue. It's how it heals itself. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. The bottom line is this: redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Now, why is this so important? Because we are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells makes up healthy systems, which makes up a healthy body, which makes up a healthy you and a healthy life. Now, redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. And what I mean by that, they are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes critically depend on redox signaling. Critically. Because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. Now, if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, then why should we find a need to give our bodies more? Well, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day and not wake up for the next one, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury and or illness. However, as we age, as we get older, as we're bombarded with stress, toxins, poor diet, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, both man-made and natural, our cells break down. And our body's ability to make redox molecules breaks down, and we decline in the levels of these molecules in our body every single moment, every single day. And without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals and instructions, our whole body's function, our whole cellular protection and healing process and immune system function becomes slow. Our cells break down more and more. So does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality, of course. ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products, certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. And ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. Redox is based in Nobel Prize-winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of the first signaling molecule ever discovered by man, because there are many of them, there have now since not just been multiple signaling molecules discovered, but multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published, and you typed in redox signaling, you would see well over 33,000 results. There are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide will already be out of date with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. And so according to medical researchers, as reported in the Huffington Post, who put ASEA into this article, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who receive tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And ASEA is already light years ahead. ASEA redox users, enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates, listen carefully, to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. These genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Now, moreover, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. And that is significant because all degenerative health concerns are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe. No toxicity, 0% toxicity. Why? Because, remember, redox signaling molecules are native to your body. That means they're already in you. Your body's already making them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young once again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of. Redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But again, you don't need to take my word for it. Here are some medical doctors. Let's listen right now to what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it. People need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
This is where the future lies. So let's go deeper and deeper and deeper into that. Now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology. They are Renew 28 Redox Gel and our Intensive Redox Serum. Now, these Redox technologies are supported and enhanced by their complementary all natural ingredients products. They are our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what ASEA Redox technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging and age reversing results. Lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, and other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. For young people too, being rejuvenated, improving the quality of life. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions coming back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie. The dramatic difference you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie because Rosie did not take those pictures. Rosie actually believed the products were not working, by the way. Rosie went to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told the doctor that the products did not work, the doctor showed Rosie these pictures. I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everyone says they want to see how ASEA goes, but Rosie missed the changes by not taking pictures, and you may too. So please take pictures. That's how you see how this goes. Now, some people notice results within 7 weeks, like Rosie, others in 7 days, and many people can have an experience in around about 7 minutes. However, some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience. Generally, when there's more going on with their health, right? What we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all the same in you, in me, in animals, in plants, and in ASEA products. They're all precisely the same. Studies show that ASEA redox products have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, take a very close look at the picture on your screen right now. This doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Not just for the face, Renew 28 here used on arms, hands, bellies, buttocks, thighs, and all over. These pictures are actually from a study by a world-leading laboratory. This study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see, was there any truth to these stories? What they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. And so Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, does a good job of that, but visibly younger, healthier skin, actual healthier skin. Renew 28 helps soothe the skin after such things as perhaps shaving, sun exposure, and the like. Hey, but Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body. And you can know about it in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10. Give it a score, 10 being the maximum discomfort, the maximum hurt or amount of soreness you could feel. And rub the Renew 28 on that point 3 times within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort or that hurting within approximately just 10 minutes of use. Now, nothing that I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. All right, so hopefully by now you've been able to see how significant this breakthrough is and the scientific results that we've shown you, and also the impact that it's having in people's lives, as you could see from the outside in. But to show you a story more significant and from the inside out, and to really punctuate everything that I've shown you up until now, to give that statement of this is the greatest breakthrough of our lifetime, an exclamation mark, I want to introduce you to a very special man. This is my best mate. He's an Aussie living in Hawaii. He is now today a international multi-million-dollar success story, but he's also a survivor story. he is a ambassador triple diamond with this organization. If that means nothing to you, is #3 top ranking associate in the world. And he's done it faster than anybody, I think, out there. And so he's continuing to break records. He is a global advisory council member for this company, and he is within the $1 Million Earners Club for this company. And he came from a severe, not just health concerning, but life concerning challenge. And this life-changing breakthrough certainly did that for him. So this is my best mate, Dan Doyle, and I'm very pleased to have him here. Enjoy him. He's a good guy. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Stevie. Thanks for your presentation, mate. For you guys on this call, you're hearing from one of the best in the business. Stevie does an incredibly simple to follow presentation, and hopefully, you know, this information is going to help you make a decision whether you want to do something with this or not. And that's what we're here to do. Just share, you know, this information in a simple way, share our stories. We're not here to sell you anything or convince you to do anything, guys. Stevie mentioned at the beginning of this call, this is an incredible gift. Whoever invited you onto this call, if you're hearing it for the first time, has handed you a gift, and I would say the most precious gift that you will ever receive, whether you want to open the gift or not. Totally up to you. But hopefully, as I said, we can help you make a decision with this information that we're passing on. The story goes back to Sydney, Australia. Before I go into that, and as I usually say, we don't sell, we tell. Story goes back to Sydney, Australia. Just want to reiterate what Stevie said about these products, this breakthrough technology from us here, that they're not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. We have an incredible breakthrough, though, as you've seen and heard from the presentation so far, these amazing little molecules that can signal the body to heal itself. So just going to jump into my story. Growing up in Sydney, Australia, playing many sports, including doing bodybuilding back in my 20s, starting as a teenager. Used to be a big fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Used to be. It's not the story. But you know, it was an amazing journey from being a teenager, playing a lot of sports, and did everything that I could to get away from school and study and homework. This was a great distraction and something I used to excel in. I used to, you know, excel in things that I enjoyed doing. And following, you know, these sports, I got into traditional business. And for many, many years, I built and sold many traditional businesses. As a matter of fact, I was involved in 20 businesses over 20 years, employing about 3,500 people in that period of time. And if you fast forward from where I started here in the health and fitness industry, moving through hospitality, construction, all sorts of different industries. This is a picture of me coming to the end of being an entrepreneur at the age 44. So the first photo was 24, this is 44, and this year I'm actually 54. Not a bodybuilder anymore here, but still going to the gym every morning, doing more cardiovascular work, and wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be, which I'm happy to tell you I am still in this shape. And unfortunately, as good as I felt and looked, I didn't realize that I was very, very sick in this photo, because I didn't have any symptoms. But 6 months later, a symptom did produce, went to the doctors, and the doctors gave me some very bad news. This photo was taken 6 months after that last photo. This is in 2011. 2011 now. When I got this news, said the doctors told me I had 2 major health challenges. Spent 2.5 years in and out of a hospital in Sydney, Australia. As you can see, I've got no hair from the top of my head to my toes. And what I went through in that hospital, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. As a matter of fact, I didn't want to live anymore because of what they were putting me through. This is a friend of mine, Johnny Manor, played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. And Johnny is a 21-year-old in this photo, been through all the hospital visits that I was going through here, been through a horrendous time himself, was in remission. After this photo was taken, his issue came back. He went back into hospital, started losing a lot of weight again, lost all his hair from what they were doing to him in that hospital, and he never came out. We lost him at the age of 23 years young. So at the end of my 2.5 years of hospital visits, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. And at that point, I made a decision to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, which is something I recommend that everybody does from now, and not wait till you're sick or anything happens. And did some research. Research led to an alkaline diet, spent a lot of money on nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water. Now you would think with me looking after myself like that for 2 years that my body would have been heading in the right direction, but I can tell you that was not the case. This is a photo of me 2 years looking after my own health. Yeah, as you can see, wasn't looking good at all. Blood works were still heading in the wrong direction. I was still in a lot of trouble. I was still a very sick person in this photo. A friend of mine reached out to me at this period of time. This is in 2014 now. And he said, I think I found something that can help you. And long story short, I got on a plane and flew from Sydney, Australia to Salt Lake City, Utah. I met him in the headquarters of this cellular health company called ASEA. Long story short again, started on the product, and in 3 hours, my body was expelling things so quickly, they were coming out of my skin. Couldn't wait till I went to the restroom. In 12 hours, a 20-year caffeine intolerance had gone away, where I had a lot of trouble with bloating and buckled over all day with any more than 2 coffees. And in 48 to 72 hours, all the lung damage that happened in that hospital from what they were doing to me, where I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time, my lungs were functioning perfect. Incredible results in just that short 48 to 72 hours. Went back to Australia, kept drinking this product in this little blue bottle, these redox molecules. Long story short again, fast forward 12 months. And this is a photo of me 2015, where my doctors told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. Not only that, multiple injuries from playing sports, which are turning into that issue as we get older, that crippling issue. 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose, and an array of other problems. And basically in 2015, my whole body was rebuilt top to bottom. That was my journey back to health. Let's fast forward another 2 years. This is 3 years on the product. You can see I'm looking a lot better again, a lot healthier, felt a lot better, I can tell you. I always go back to 2014 and go through these photos again. 2014, when I didn't have my health. What you're seeing on the outside is a reflection of what was happening on the inside at that time. 1 year on the product, looking a lot better, feeling a lot better, but what was happening on the outside at that time, same, was a reflection of what was happening on the inside. And 3 years on the product, my complexion in this photo was a reflection of what was happening on the inside as well. So incredible results for me physically, health-wise, anti-aging in really such a short period of time. I mean, we're talking about only a year on the product. The results I got was just incredible. And then come back to that first 3 days. I mean, it doesn't happen for everybody like that, but and this is where we recommend people take the product for at least 3 months. Get on a product plan that's going to suit what you want to achieve. And it's just a process. It's just a matter of time. At the end of the day, you're getting results on this product from literally the first time you take it, whether you can feel it or not. I mean, your body is breaking down over, 5, 10, 15, 20 years before a symptom comes to the surface. And that symptom came to the surface due to your own production of redox not detecting that problem in the first place. And then by the time you have the problem, you're not producing enough redox to get your health back. And just like your body's breaking down over so many years and you can't feel it, well, from the first time you take this product, your cells are being rejuvenated, whether you can feel it or not. If you can't feel it, it's happening anyway. It's scientifically impossible for this not to work. Things evolved for me personally over the first few months. 5 months after taking the product, I really started sharing this with a lot of people and helping a lot of people. I made the decision to adopt the business model behind this incredible breakthrough. Yes, there's a business model behind the breakthrough, and don't be scared of that. Some of you on this call might be here just for the product. Some of you might be here for the product and for also the business. So it was the business model that saved my life. I mean, 6 years ago, we were living in a van and we almost went to the Salvation Army for food stamps. But as a result of helping others, the company started sending me thank you checks. And those thank you checks I invested back into more product for my health. Saturated my body, got the amazing little molecules to the damage in my body, and then my body knew exactly where the problem was. I would say with what we have, what this can do for someone physically and what this can do for someone financially would be the most compelling opportunity that we will see in our lifetime. I don't think anything can match what we have. There are a lot of people struggling around the world physically and financially at the moment. And anytime I talk to anybody at all, I know that that conversation will lead to them saying something, and I know that we have a solution to the problem that they have. And with that, I'm going to pass back to Stevie to talk about now the incredible opportunity behind this breakthrough, and this amazing man who always does such a spectacular job of actually sharing this with you guys. And we do hold, still only early, Stevie, but we're doing this 5 days a week to help people and make sure that we can support people to help others as well. So with that, mate, pass back to you and let people know what the possibilities are of this amazing opportunity behind this incredible breakthrough.
Hey, thank you very much, Dan. And, you know, anything that I say or may do that is amazing, it's only because I have amazing mentors and amazing leaders and amazing friends like you. In fact, thank you, Dan, for from now and forevermore, because, you know, as I said at the start of this, ladies and gentlemen, that this company is headed up by some extremely successful people, and Dan is one of those leaders that believed in me and taught me how to believe and become more long before I even believed in myself. So eternally grateful to you, Dan. And, you know, I also registered then when you said some people might be here for the product, some people might be here for the opportunity. I say everyone's here for the product. Every single person is here for the product, because if you're here for the product, you're here for the product. If you're here for the opportunity, you are here for the opportunity because of the product, because this product is a breakthrough with enormous potential. This is a breakthrough for humanity, and it is a breakthrough that has created this opportunity and not the other way around, because with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And the greater the breakthrough, the greater the opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. So that has created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this, to make a living while bettering people's lives. But let's go over some other boxes that make this opportunity even all the more significant, compelling, and outstanding. ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for two simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, who is a medical atomic physicist, no one but he has been able to figure out how to stabilize and create and stabilize, I should say, redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, get this, science had declared that this was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented, but not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, it can't be copied. Because there's absolutely no way for you to be able to look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out where the secrets are inside it. You know, you're not going to be able to work out how to reverse engineer it from the bottle, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA. And so it can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats. And that means we have no competition. And that means no one in the world has what ASEA has, no one. And no other products in the world, it means, can do what ASEA does. None of them. There is nothing else in the world that can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can, because ASEA is redox signaling molecules and nothing else has redox signaling molecules in it. And so ASEA is the most foundational thing anybody can do for their health, because redox works in everybody, because everyone needs redox, because nothing in the body works as well or at all, in fact, without redox, and because redox can't hurt anybody. No other products can make that claim. No juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, or CBD oil, or whatever. They are not redox signaling molecules. In fact, all of those other things only work in the body as well in direct proportion as there are redox signaling molecules in that body making those other products work. So that's what makes ours the deepest and most significant in the world. ASEA holds massive opportunities, therefore, across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, nothing else in the world can serve everybody within these industries to such significant depth. And therefore, ASEA is the only company in the world that has redox signaling molecules and is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. Now, we can't do that on our own. We recognize that. And so we look for good people to help spread the word. ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money. They pay you money just for sharing redox with others, just by telling people about it. And so for people looking for either an extra or part-time or full-time or big time or legacy leaving income for loved ones, for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, whatever it might be, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality. ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. So how that works is you receive a residual income from not just the first, but from every single ongoing repeated purchases made by every single person you refer to ASEA. And listen, because you can refer as many people as you like, the residual income potential is unlimited. And then on top of that, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the ongoing repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts refer. And there is no limits to how far, wide, or deep these referrals can go. So just like we all naturally do it all the time anyway, when we recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, food, homewares, beauty and health products, or whatever, it's natural, right? People tell people who then tell even more people. And it goes on and on. And word of mouth is not just the most trusted, but still today the oldest and number one most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. And based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Now, residual income is very impressive, but more so, I've learned it's very important. You have residual bills. Doesn't it just make sense to have residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? They don't figure this out because out of every 100 people, only one of them is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive at 65. Now, they're not working because they want to, but because they have to. That means they are a slave to the dollar. Retirement's not on the horizon for them. And worse yet, 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. So what's going wrong? What's one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that the other 81% couldn't? One thing is how to make money that is no longer dependent on their paid by the hour, selling their precious time for money, labor intensive or own activity job, JOB. Perhaps you've heard, or maybe worse yet, like me, experienced that stands for just over broke. It's called active income. And seriously, sooner or later, and I hope it's not sooner, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. That means you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. Now, this may even be more concerning if you're thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is, or my active income has already taken a dramatic strike down since we entered this age of the lockdowns. Now, this is a very big problem, and it's one of the biggest problems 81% of people get trapped in, and it was long before this era of lockdowns. Money is an excellent servant, but a terrible master. So if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. That's not what I'm saying. They are a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. You are blessed, but still, we must all really find a way to make money outside of what we're currently doing that won't interfere with what we're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is not smart. Dangerous to our financial security. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, their financial security, their freedom, for people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have or how they have to make it, for people who have dreams and want a better life for themselves and for their loved ones. ASEA is a significant opportunity to make a significant difference in people's lives and be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. Now, there is nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's ultimately what we get to do with ASEA. Who we become and what we do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, I'm not steering away from the fact you can make great money here, really great money, that is for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. Have a really great time, meet great people, make great friends, have great experiences and a great lifestyle. But you know what? Really, at the end of the day, it is the effect we have on others that is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. And it was demonstrated here because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay ASEA huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted to take everyone off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Vertus Norton and his son Tyler Norton, had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in such a deal, because Vertus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless to then experiencing life changes, life-changing power from Redox. And when Vertus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so Vertus and Tyler could not in good conscience sell out. So they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. For Vertus and Tyler, what had once started out as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route for you, in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to everyone without a prescription. Now, one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here. And it's not the first time, it is perpetually demonstrated in every single decision they make. That is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. The ASEA founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. Don't get bigger than that. They are exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, famous household name companies. However, their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, to be a force for good in the world. So you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies. But listen, most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to live younger, longer, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. Or if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to help people be happier and healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make a difference in the world, become part of this redox reality. And you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you will better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better in many, many ways. So by now, I hope you're able to see this brilliant breakthrough. By now, you may tell this is a profound product. By now, I hope you've got a handle of how outstanding this opportunity is. By now, hopefully you heard how excellent the ASEA ethos is. By now, can you feel how meaningful this mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world? This is Stevie Aquilina. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. Dan, thank you ever so much for being here. And leading not just me, but leading the world. Without you, many people would not just be worse off, frightening, so some of them might not be here. So thank you.
Well, mate, you're having a massive impact. I mean, we've got so many presentations this year. You'll be literally getting to thousands, probably tens of thousands of people, literally, through these presentations, which is mind-blowing to know that we are going to be literally talking to so many people this year. Thank you again. Amazing job, mate. Incredible job. I don't know why I'm calling it a job, but you know what they say, find something that you love to do, you'll never work for the rest of your life. So we're in an incredible position here. For any of those on the call that do want access to the product, just make sure you do not run to eBay, Amazon, or any other platform, because that is not the way that this is distributed. The thing is, with those platforms, there are rogue sellers, and there's plenty of reasons not to buy through those platforms. So go back to the person who introduced you, and they'll make sure that they can get a wholesale account open for you. You'll get the product at the best possible price for personal use. You know you're getting the right product, and there's a money back guarantee, and you'll also be entitled to some free product through our incredible loyalty program too. It's a very giving company, ASEA, and they're giving all of the time. So Steve, anything to close? We are top of the hour.
No, brilliant. I just want to say thank you to everyone, and wishing everyone a great weekend, and America, welcome to yours. We're already here over in the future.